Yep. Mic check, 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? Mic check, 1, 2. If anybody's in the crowd, give me a hey, give me a ho. Wave your hands high, wave your hands low. So, anybody can hear me. Give me a hey, give me a ho, wave your hands high, wave your hands low. Make sure somebody's out there. Let me see if I can hear me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Shout out to the Empress speech. Shout out to 414 Showtime. 414 said, okay, I'm sounding good so far. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get through this fast for my shit. Get the twitching and in all type of wild shit. Type of whole ass shit. About if I can do. Salute to everybody that's up in here. Go ahead and get this shit started, man. We're gonna start on time this time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Empress. You know what I'm saying? Put on a great show today. Shout out to Shan. Popping My Shit podcast. Shan 214. Go ahead and check our girl out. You know what I'm saying? She was giving a reintroduction of her creation. You know what I'm saying? Something that's important for us. We're gonna try to find her an emoji, a few emojis, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna welcome her. Well, she already knows that she's welcome with open arms, you know what I'm saying, on this side of the sector, whatever sector this is. It's definitely not the DJ fuck you sue me sector. You know what I'm saying? This gotta be the calm that ass down sector, the sit that ass down and listen sector, the whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody that is out there. And go ahead and pray this little, you know what I'm saying, shit. I'm gonna get my shit together. I got some good news topics today. Got the news topics. I got a main topic. And then I'm gonna open this motherfucker up and we're gonna shoot our shit and do what we do. So thank you for pulling up. If you can, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, but share, you know what I'm saying? Share the link out, spread it amongst the masses. That's one thing I forgot to do before I got on this shit. Sometimes sharing the link can be tedious. So if you got love for the pill, go ahead and share the link to everybody that you know, high and low. Get this shit started. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. You know what I'm saying? Much love to y'all. Let's go ahead and jump right into the bottle. This is a trip here. Yeah, well, welcome to the Trill Pill. We know what I'm saying, live Wednesdays. Welcome everybody. You know what I'm saying? Take your seat, roll you up, or whatever you doing. Just sit back and relax. I ain't gonna say roll up and pull up. Some niggas getting ready to go to work, some of them getting off work. So just sit back and relax. I appreciate everybody for putting up and listening to me, you know what I'm saying, talk what I talk about. To remind you, this month is still Suicide Prevention Month. If you see this ribbon, this purple and teal ribbon, it means Suicide Prevention Month. National Suicide Prevention Week has passed, and so has World Suicide Prevention Day. Excuse me, that's passed also, but it's still Suicide Prevention Month, and I want you guys to know I'm gonna keep you guys up to date on all the awareness months and things like that. You're gonna see the ribbons change on my overlays and all type of things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Before I get into it, you know, this right here, it's the hotline. You know what I'm saying? If you need help or know anybody that needs help, please, please, please go and spread this out. As many people as we can, get this message, this awareness. That's what we all about, is getting the awareness out to the people. You know what I'm saying? Creating content, people that we can have fun and learn something from, and spreading awareness in all in one. It's kind of like that goodie bag that you get at the birthday parties. You know what I'm saying? You know, it got you some Twizzlers in there, it got you some sweethearts in there, it got you some, you know what I'm saying, some Juju Bees, Sour Patch Kids. You know what I'm saying? It's one big bag of delectables, all in one. You know what I'm saying? Over here on this side. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's get into our first story. You know what I'm saying? Get into our first story. Let me find this picture. All right. So this comes from the University of Washington School of Medicine. The summary of this story, I go ahead and tell you guys, is the key to overcoming addictions and psychiatric disorders lives deep inside the netherworld of our brains and the circuitry that causes us to feel good. Just like space, this region of brain needs more exploration. Researchers have now pushed the science forward on our reward pathways and found there's another pathway beyond dopamine. You know what I'm saying? The key to overcoming addictions and psychiatric disorder lives deep inside the netherworld of our brains and the circuitry that causes us to feel good. Just like space, this region of the brain needs more exploration. The oldest and most known reward pathway is the mesolimbic. Hold up, I killed that shit. The mesolimbic dopamine system. Come on, give me some props. Give me some clap hands in the chat if I killed that shit. Back to the chat. You know, absolutely. Big salute to everybody that's in here. What was that? Oh yeah. The mesolimbic dopamine system. Got so caught up on celebrating that word, which is composed of neurons projecting from the ventral tegmental area, the VTA, to the nucleus accumbens, a key structure in mediating emotional and motivation processing. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is released when the brain is expecting reward. A spike in dopamine could be from eating pizza. You know what I'm saying? Eating pizza, dancing, shopping, sex. You know what I'm saying? The good old bound chicken. Wow, wow. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the freaks out there. Anyway, but it can also come from drugs and lethal substance abuse. In search of ways of treating addiction and psychiatric illness, researchers are looking for pathways beyond dopamine that could play a key role in rewards and reinforcement. In a paper published by the Nature Neuroscience, researchers from the Bruca's lab at the University of Washington School of Medicine pushed the science forward on our reward pathways and found that there is another pathway beyond dopamine. The Bruca's lab is expanding knowledge of the inner workings of the brain and identifying treatments for psychiatric diseases. This study opens up new avenues to understanding the reward circuitry that might be altered in abuse of nicotine, opiates, and other drugs, as well as neuropsychiatric diseases that affect reward processing, including depression, said corresponding author Dr. Michael Brukas, professor of anesthesiology and pain medicine at the University of Washington School of Medicine, who runs the Brukas lab. The Brukas lab is expanding knowledge of the inner workings of the brain and identifying treatments for psychiatric diseases. Also, in this study, thank you, Diana Ross. In this study, researchers found that approximately 30% of cells in the VTA are GABA neurons. VTA, GABA neurons have increasingly been recognized as players in reward and aversion, as well as potential targets for the treatment of addiction, depression, and other stress-linked disorders. Neurons are the fundamental units of the brain and nervous system. The cells are responsible for receiving sensory input from the external world, for sending motor commands to our muscles, and for transforming and relaying excuse me, the electrical signals at every step in between. What we found are unique GABA cells that project broadly to the nucleus accumbens, but projections only to specific portion contribute to reward reinforcement, said co-lead author Rajaram Gashwara, whatever the fuck his name is. A postdoctoral doctor working in the Bruker's lab and the Center for Neurobiology of Addiction, Pain, and Emotion. In both male and female mice, researchers showed that long-range GABA neurons from the VTA to the ventral, but not all dorsal nucleus accumbens shell, are engaged in reward and reinforcement behavior. They show that this GABA projection inhibit cholinergic into neurons. Goddamn. Um, Testing that my goddamn speaking today. Key players in reward related learning. As researchers wrote, these findings further our understanding are neuronal circuits that are directly implicated in neuropsychiatric conditions such as depression and addiction. Co-lead author Rahim Al-Hassani with the Center for Clinical Pharmacology in Washington University likened the findings to building with Legos and figuring out how one piece connects to another. Each piece of the puzzle can take multiple years. Gwash, whenever the hell the fuck his name is, said that the findings are allowing scientists to understand the subregions of the brain to visualize how specific neuromodulators are released during reward processing. In science terms, the researchers are able to highlight heterogeneity, hope I said that right, check that out in a minute, in the brain or differences in the brain. It's really important that we don't think of structures in the brain as monolithic. Said, I don't know what this nigga got 85 letters in the gospel. There's a lot, lots more nuance in the brain, how plastic it is, how it's wired. This finding is showing one way how differences can play out. So in the meantime, y'all go check that out. Again, that comes from University of Washington School of Medicine. You know what I'm saying? I think that's interesting with addiction care, psychiatric care, and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That's very important. I love that. As soon as I seen that jumped off my screen, I had to tell y'all about it because, you know what I'm saying, that's how I roll. So, a large study in the Karolinska Institute in Sweden has found a link between ADHD and dementia across generations. Salute Rosa Toast. Also House Media. Salute to y'all. Who else in here? Take time. Queen Duval Boo, salute. Alicia B, salute. Be about them facts, salute. Everybody's in here, big salute. That boy Slick, Diana Ross, big salute. Everybody, if I miss your name, let's see, 414 Showtime and Empress Speaks. All of y'all, salute to everybody in here. I don't see right now. I get to y'all. But a large study at Karolinska Institute in Sweden has found the link between ADHD and dementia across generations. The study published in Alzheimer's and Dementia, the Journal of Alzheimer's Association, shows that parents and grandparents of individuals with ADHD were higher at risk of dementia than those with children and grandchildren without ADHD. The findings suggest that there is a common genetic or environmental contributions to the association between ADHD and dementia. Now we need further studies to understand the underlying mechanism, says the study's first author, Li Zhang, PhD student at Department of Medical Epidemiology and Biostatistics at Carolina Institute. ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, is a neurodevelopmental disorder characterized by inattention, impulsiveness, and hyperactivity. And it affects an estimated 3% of adults worldwide. The number of ADHD The number of new ADHD diagnoses has increased dramatically in the last decades amid an increasing awareness and knowledge about the disorder. However, since the diagnosis is still relatively new, there has only been a limited number of small studies on the development of dementia in people with ADHD, often with conflicting results. In the current study, the researchers wanted to overcome this by examining to what extent older generations to individuals with ADHD were diagnosed with dementia. The study looked at more than 2 million people born in Sweden between 1980 and 2001, of whom around 3.2% were diagnosed with ADHD. Using national registries, the researchers linked these persons to over 5 million biological relatives, including parents, grandparents, and uncles and aunts, and investigated to what extent these relatives develop dementia. Hold up. Oh, shit. Anyway, the researchers found that parents of individuals with ADHD had 34% higher risk of dementia than parents of individuals without ADHD. The risk of Alzheimer's disease, the most common type of dementia, was 55% higher in parents of individuals with ADHD. The individuals with ADHD were more likely to have parents with early onset dementia than late onset dementia. Excuse me. The researchers note that the absolute risk of dementia was low for the parent cohort. Only 0.17% of the parents were diagnosed with dementia during the follow-up period. The association was lower for second-degree relatives of the individuals with ADHD, and for example, grandparents, uncles, and aunts. For example, grandparents of the individuals with ADHD had 10% increased risk of dementia compared to the grandparents of individuals without ADHD. And while the study is unable to determine a cause and effect relationship, the researchers present several potential explanations that can be explored in future research. So a lot of us are affected with people who have either ADHD or dementia, Alzheimer's, anything within that realm. I suggest you look at that story. That story is a very important story. Or you can just roll this back and find a source, or just type in Google, just type in, Alzheimer's, ADHD. I'm pretty sure this story will pop up, and plenty of other stories will pop up. This is very interesting. It's a lot going on over on the other side. Big salute. Big salute. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Get into this next topic right here. See what y'all doing in the chat. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute Candy. Hustle House, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all y'all in there. Hope y'all having some good constructive conversations in there. You know about. And it's also the picture for that too. You know what I'm saying? Showing the differences in brains with ADHD and brains with dementia. Or I think this one is the ADHD brain, and I think the other one is I guess quote unquote the regular brain, whatever that means. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So let me go back. Appreciate y'all in the chat. Like, share, subscribe, spread the link out. You know what I'm saying? The more people, the more awareness to what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Let me see. Go back to this. Words matter. All right. Words matter. Language can reduce mental health and addiction stigma. Neuropsychopharmacology. Leaders from the National Institutes of Health address how using appropriate language to describe mental illness and addiction can help reduce the stigma and improve how people with these conditions are treated in healthcare settings and throughout society. The authors define stigma as negative attitudes toward people that are based on certain distinguishing characteristics. More than a decade of research has shown that the stigma contributes significantly to negative health outcomes and can pose a barrier to seeking treatment for mental illness or substance use disorders. 35% of people with serious mental illness in the United States and nearly 90% of people with substance use disorders do not receive treatment. The perspective authors point to evidence that stigma related bias among clinicians can contribute to a treatment averse mindset and to flawed clinical care, including failure to implement proven methods of treatment. Further, when a person with a mental illness or substance abuse or substance use disorder continues to experience stigma, they may begin to internalize it. This self stigma can lead to a lower self esteem and feelings of self worth. It can become an ongoing source of distress and may exacerbate symptoms and create barriers to successful treatment. So over the past couple of weeks, we have seen something like this. I'm not gonna name no names or situation because it's over now. Hopefully, if not, it's dead over here. That people have to realize that words do matter, and you have to be careful when we have to be careful when we are throwing out these words, calling somebody crazy, or calling somebody the R word. You know what I'm saying? We know what the R word is. We have to be careful and mindful of that, especially when you're on social media, because they're going to start cracking down on all the words that we use. So pretty soon by now, we're not going to be able to use even the smallest of words that we think is just normal to us over here on these platforms. We have to be really mindful of what we say. Although we have the freedom to say what we want to say, does not mean we have to. Although we may think that somebody's this way or certain way because how they did or how they act or how they react to certain things, although it may be entertainment for some, at the same time, let's keep in mind, regardless of how you feel about it, whether you love, hate them, think they stink or whatever, be mindful of how of the words that you choose. Words matter. As much as people say, oh, it's just words and don't matter, they do matter. Because think about it like this: you may say something that sets that person up over and pushes that person, if they're already on the edge, those words can push them off the edge. And although, you know what I'm saying, things can go on from there. So you have to be careful. I've seen a whole lot of that going on over the past couple of, you know what I'm saying, weeks over here in the sectors that we frequent. And I see a whole lot of that going on in societies all around us. That's why there's plenty of podcasts that are around, and people, not even podcasts, but YouTube pages that spread awareness, and people who spread awareness, and everybody, you know what I'm saying, in every sector has to be aware of the words we use, especially if we want to make money off our creativity. If we want to make money off our creativity, we have to be aware of the words that we use. For some of us, it may just be fun. For some of us, this may be our purpose. For some of us, this may help. This may be a catalyst to something that's in their lives. Whatever it is, regardless of how you feel, I'm not saying y'all can't do whatever, but y'all just be more aware of the words that you use, because they do affect people. People can start internalizing the things that y'all say. It's one thing to be roasting and trolling. It's another thing to be distasteful, and just because you're trying to get your point across so much, you don't have any other words to use, but you try to make that shit hurt. Just be mindful of what you say. That's all I'm saying. Be mindful of what you say. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, because they're gonna start taxing our ass on these platforms. They already start taxing the celebrities. The only reason they start taxing us, sometimes they do tax us. On Facebook, you can't go too crazy. On Instagram, you can't go too crazy. On Twitter, you can't go too crazy. The Empress Speaks had a story about Nicki Minaj talking about the vaccines and things like that. Shit, to be honest, I heard from one content creator, I forgot what I was on, that you're not even going to be able to use the word vaccine soon. They're going to start honing in on keywords and things like that. So let's be aware of what we're saying, especially when we get on here going crazy, going off the dome. Just be mindful of what you say. All right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't your daddy. You know what I'm saying? You do what you want to do. I'm just saying, if you're trying to make any type of coins off this shit right here, you're going to have to put a bracket around it. Find other words. It's a dictionary full of words to use. I suggest you go crack that motherfucker open and read it and use them words. If you can't use them words, don't say nothing at all because what you may say may set that person over the edge. You know what I'm saying? Might have to let some shit roll off your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? That's getting, that's all. You ain't trying to get that in there. You know what I'm saying? Grown as fuck. You need grown as bitch. What the fuck? Shit. I even read this paragraph. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Okay. All right. All right. Hey, let's get into this. Okay. Y'all know what these is right here? If you're in the crowd, if you're in the, you know what I'm saying, raise your hands to the air. If you know what these is right here. Get back of them shrooms, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you about these shrooms. Well, look. Psychedelic spurs growth of neural connections lost in depression. The psychedelic drug psilocybin, or no, not psilocybin, my bad, psilocybin, let me pronounce it right. The psychedelic drug psilocybin, a naturally occurring compound found in some mushrooms, has been studied as a potential treatment for depression for years. But exactly how does it work, or how it works in the brain, and how long beneficial results might last is still unclear. In a new study, Yale researchers show that a single dose of psilocybin, no, psilocybin, you said that right, given to mice, they always use some goddamn mice. Giving the mice, I hate fucking the mice up. A single dose of psilocybin given to mice prompted an immediate and long-lasting increase in connections between neurons. Those findings are published July 5th in the journal Neuron. It is a psychiatric journal named Neuron. Go check that out. It's a pretty dope journal. I got a few of them over there. We not only saw a 10% increase in the number of neuronal connections, but also they were on the average about 10% larger. So the connections were stronger as well, said Yale's Alex Kwan, associate professor of psychiatry and neuroscience and senior author of the paper. Previous laboratory experiments have shown promise that psilocybin, as well as the anesthetic ketamine, can decrease depression. The new Yale research found that these compounds increase the density of dendritic, dendritic spine. I'm gonna say dendritic spines. Small protrusions found on the nerve cell, which aid in the transmission of information between neurons. Chronic stress and depression are known to reduce the number of these neuronal connections. Using a laser scanning microscope, say it again, a laser scanning microscope. Quan and first author Ling Zhao Shao, sound like a nigga off Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? My nigga Ling Zhang Sua. Anyway, stop being childish. A postdoctoral associate in the Yale School of Medicine, image dendritic spines in high resolution and tracked them for multiple days in living mice. They found increases in the number of dendritic spines in their size within 24 hours of administration of psilocybin. These changes a month later. Also, mice subjected to stress showed behavioral improvements and increased neurotransmitter activity after being given psilocybin. For some people, psilocybin, an active compound in magic mushrooms, can produce a profound mystical experience. The psychedelic was a staple of religious ceremonies amongst indigenous populations of the New World and is a popular recreational drug. Yes, indeed. It may be the novel psychological effects of psilocybin itself that spurs the growth of neuronal connections, Quan said. Um, it was a real surprise to see such enduring changes from one dose of psilocybin, he said. These new connections may be the structural changes the brain uses to store new experience. So if y'all had look, y'all ever had no shrooms before, I advise you don't be like, you know what I'm saying, look, take you one, lean back. Most definitely. Trill has been playing Mortal Kombat. Most definitely. Ling Xiao Xiao. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, the shrooms, man. When I was in therapy, my therapist took some shrooms and what I'm saying, had a little shroom therapy. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of therapists. I got one that's very professional and by the book, and I got one that's like, hey, we're gonna pop, not pop nothing, but take this little, you know what I'm saying? Because it does open your mind up. Personal experience. It is some very groovy shit. It is exactly like my father said it was back in his day. So I would say this: don't go too far on them. You know what I'm saying? Take your time on them, but they do open up. If you remember, if you are old enough to remember, or if you are a fan of um, Funkadelic, Parliament, and everybody back then, in the 70s during the funk era. If you are a fan of Jimi Hendrix, these guys were huge fans of using psychedelics to increase their creativity. And Lord knows that is still some of the best damn music on this earth. I'm saying it again, it is still some of the best music on this earth. A lot of that music still has substance. Those guys were on shrooms and maybe a few party packs, but nonetheless, they were on shrooms and their creativity flowed throughout their creativity. If that makes any sense, the creativity flowed throughout their creativity. They had a good time. Go take your look. Why do you think they were putting on all them big ass shoulder pads? They were out there dressed like Goku and Vegeta and shit, putting glitter in the afros and shit like that. Rick James, all that shit. All that music is some of the best music, you know what I'm saying, that you ever heard, and it still stands to this day. You know what I'm saying? That's, man, let me tell you something. I know for a fact, um, what I'm saying, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Much love already. Already. You know how we get down over here, man, and everywhere. We all about to, I don't know what we're gonna call, you know what I'm saying, but get down with solid information, all sources. Solid information around the fucking clock. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of that music back then, like still to this day, one of my favorite songs is off the, I want to say, was it Parliament, Funkadelic, or just Parliament? If you didn't know, Parliament and Funkadelic are two different groups, but they're the same group. If that makes any sense. But I think it's off of one of their albums, one of them called Chocolate City, right? On the Chocolate City album, there's a song called Let Me Be. That is my favorite song, one of my top 5 favorite songs of all time. If you go to the Chocolate City album, listen to the Let Me Be. You know what I'm saying? It has no, it's a great song. It gets you, like, for me personally, it helps me out when I'm feeling depressed. It helps me out when I'm just like, I just love music. I love new sounds. I love doing sound therapy. I love to cut off everything in my house, but cut on the, you know what I'm saying, the big speakers or the TV or the two Amazon Echoes or the whatever, and just zone out, because sometimes we need that expression. And sometimes we can't totally express ourselves, but if we find the right music that can bring us out of wherever we're in, whether it's depression, whether it's the sadness, whether you want to feel happy, in my opinion, a lot of times, going through what I've been going through, what I've been going through, that music from back then helps me out still to this day. And those guys had them party packs full of shrooms. You know what I'm saying? So find you a party pack of shrooms near you. Be careful. You know what? Let me not say that and promote that. But if to each his own, we'll go from there. Yeah. So my main story, my main story. This beautiful woman right here is Shantae Dawes. All right. Hold on, we'll rest a minute. We're gonna get into her story. This is my main story. Then I'm gonna open this panel up real quick. Let me go take a nice little bathroom break real quick. He's been reading his ass up. I got to pee. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be right back. Trill Pill Podcast. Shout out to everybody that's out there right now. Like, comment, subscribe. Share it to your mama, your baby mama, and your side piece. Yes, sir. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Trill Pill Podcast. Everybody's out there waving your hands left and right. If you like sucking cock in the parking lot. All right. We back. Look, just my main story. Former music executive who faced suicide teaches others to silence the shame. Former music executive Shantae Doss is on a quest to make sure mental wellness is accessible and less stigmatizing to more people. Let's get into this. Excuse me. Sony Music Publishing announced that it had teamed with the nonprofit Silence the Shame to expand mental health resources to songwriters and employees. I was definitely getting a freestyle in on that beat. Silence the Shame to expand mental health resources to its songwriters and employees in the greater music community. For the nonprofit's founder, Shantae Doss, a former music executive, the partnership affirmed that she is fulfilling her purpose. Shantae Doss lost her father to suicide when she was just 7 months old. A best friend died by suicide in 2014. Shantae Doss later considered suicide. She began speaking publicly about her own mental health struggles and founded the Atlanta-based organization in 2015 to normalize conversations around mental health, specifically within communities of color. With the new partnership with Sony, Silence the Shame has set a goal of providing mental health education training for 10,000 musicians and executives by 2023. Black adults are more likely than white adults to report persistent symptoms of emotional distress, such as sadness, hopelessness, and the feeling like everything is an effort. According to the Department of Human and Health Services Office of Minority Health, suicide was the second leading cause of death for Black Americans ages through 15 through 24. The department found among Black populations, suicide rates peak during adolescence and young adulthood and then decline. All right. This is a different pattern from what is seen in the overall U.S. population, in which suicide rates generally peak for people in their 40s, according to the Suicide Prevention Resource Center. The past year has put a spotlight on how we treat mental health in our industry and overall society. We must break the stigma and be proactive in our support, Sony Music Publishing Chairman and CEO John Platt said in a news release announcing the partnership with Silence the Shame. Shantae Doss said in the announcement, our goal is to educate this community on mental wellness and to provide effective coping mechanisms and strategies and resources for a healthy and productive living. The death of George Floyd, the movement that followed, the social isolation caused by a COVID-19 pandemic has stressed people and pushed many to pay better attention to their mental health. All of that combines to make Doss believe the time is right for the work that she's doing. Oftentimes, creators are afraid to be open and share about their mental health challenges, Dye said. There is a tremendous amount of pressure on them to be great and to always be on. But more and more artists and creators are beginning to share their vulnerabilities and feelings. They seem to be leaning into mental wellness and good self care. Dodge knows what it's like to struggle with maintaining one's mental health while also working in a creative dream job. In recent years, her mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and an uncle who was her father figure died. Dodge was steeped in grief, which made the stress of her job very overwhelming. At the end of 2009, she left New York in her position as an executive vice president at Universal Motown Records and moved back to Atlanta. She helped out her family, volunteered for various community projects, and sometimes put together music showcases at Atlanta parks. Then in 2014, a best friend died by suicide, and Shanti Dodge began what she called a downward spiral. She said, I found myself blaming myself, looking for signs I missed, she said. In 2015, I heavily contemplated suicide. When that happened, I realized that I needed help. I didn't want to die. I wanted the pain to end. Like many people who are overwhelmed by mental challenges, she said that she didn't know how to make the pain end. A friend recognized that she was struggling and told her to get immediate help. She texted her pastor, the Reverend Raphael Warnock, the pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church, who is now a senator in Georgia. He said, I'll pray with you, but you have to go to the doctor, Di said. She sought treatment from a psychiatrist. She also said that she started sharing her personal story on social media and realized that so many people were experiencing the same things, and she didn't know how to talk about it, or they know how to talk about it, and they didn't have an outlet where they could. She organized community panels on mental health issues and posted them on social media with a giant from Jack and Jill America Inc., a membership organization of mothers and children dedicated to developing African American leaders. She organized and participated in a seven-city mental health campaign for teens that featured panel discussions with breakout sessions. She partnered with HIV and AIDS organizations for community sessions. Salute, Oak Cliff Bay. Shout out to you. Um, it showed me that the collaboration was timely and needed, and there was a powerful work to be done together. Transformative work, Shanti Dawes says. In 2019, Shanti Dawes suffered a devastating loss when one of her two siblings, her beloved older sister, passed away. Although her grieving continues, she said, I understand the value of therapy, which taught me coping skills that have helped me survive. And in addition to panel discussions and community events before COVID-19 pandemic, Silence to Shame began offering an 8-hour course called Mental Health First Aid, in which people learn about different types of mental illnesses, resources, and how to cope with mental health challenges. Das unable to hold some public events, or at least not as public as it used to be. Sanchi Dai started Yeah Wellness LLC, described as a community promoting the health and wellness of one's mind, body, spirit, and business. Through Yeah Wellness, she has offered online a series of interviews with celebrity friends, contacts such as Ludacris, Debrat, Tisha Campbell, Ralph Tresvant, and many others, talking about subjects such as mental health, wellness, and coping during the pandemic. Silence to Shame has also had self-care Saturdays featuring free virtual wellness activities such as meditation, aerobics, and yoga. And a grant from the NFL Players Association has allowed Shanti Das to continue producing the Silence to Shame podcast she began in 2017. And today, Shanti Das works full time as a founder at Silence to Shame and has two other full time staff members, a board of directors, and a committee of 12 volunteer advisors. COVID-19 has showed us that African Americans are disproportionately affected when when it comes to accessing healthcare, especially in rural and lower income areas. So many people still don't have insurance, they're uninsured. She said, we want to provide resources and an outlet for the underserved community to look at mental health more seriously. All right. Let me go back. Let's see. Let me go back. It's so even before the Sony partnership, Daz occasionally got the affirmation that she was in the right business from people she had unknowingly helped. One of those people, beautiful woman here. One of those people was Bree Davis. Bree Davis was going to jump off the Jackson Street Bridge in Atlanta when she was stopped by a stranger she describes as this little angel with tattoos from head to toe, who spoke with the British accent. That little angel sat with her through the night and then walked her to a facility where she could get help. While they were on the bridge, the tattooed, oh shit, hold up, man. Calling me, chill out. While they were on the bridge, hold on, I gotta go back. Yeah, keep calling me. I do call on live. Anyway, that little angel sat with her through the night and then walked her to a facility where she could get help. Um, she also been in an abusive relationship and was experiencing racism on her job. Shanti Moss, they met her at an event 4 months later. So Bree Davis, she's now 28, she's a small business owner and a nonprofit fundraising and resource development executive in Atlanta. She cries at the memory of how she felt during her lowest point and how wonderful it was when she met Daz, who was the first person besides her therapist whom Davis ever told about the night on the bridge. She doesn't pose as a therapist, a healer, or a doctor. She's a confidant and supporter, Davis said. She lets you know that you're not alone. Now, Davis, who started making candles and anonymously leaving them at homeless shelters and shelters for battered women, has her own line of candles, Pure, Nirvana, and Company. She is also a Silence the Shame volunteer. Di said, everyone needs somebody who has compassion, an open ear, and is willing to support us. I feel that God has bestowed upon me that ear, the gift of being able to listen. Oh, that's a great story. That's a beautiful story right there, man. Oh man, that's a great story. Let me get this link out, drop this link. You know what I'm saying? Let y'all come up here. If y'all want to comment on any topics, let me know. I'm gonna drop the link right now. Give me a few minutes in the meantime, in between time. How y'all doing out there in the crowd? Hope y'all got some snacks going. Hope y'all not only you guys hope you got snacks. I hope y'all um getting ready for dinner. I know it's about 4:22, so I know some of y'all is getting off of work and whatnot. Hope y'all got some in the crock pot. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and shout out to all my crock potters, all my crock pot heads out there. You know, you cut that, you might got a little roast or something that's in there. You know what I'm saying? A little roast action that's in there. You know, pop that roast in there. Throw a little mini carrots in that thing. You know what I'm saying? Onions, peppers. Cut me inside, man. Yeah, I know what y'all talking about. Cut the little onions in that thing. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's getting off of work or going to work. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? The mentions is pinned at the very top, and whatnot. But yeah, I think those stories were some great stories. I think that whoa, yeah, hold up now. A little stand, hold on, fall. I think that it's very important for us to recognize those stories, um, those people, um, the actions that they took to get the results that they needed. You know what I'm saying? I think that's very important. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think that's You know, Colin said, "Chill, but you send me her info." Yes, I will. I will definitely send you her info. I think, aren't you in the Atlanta area? Quick little story about Atlanta. I was in Atlanta for a few minutes. Well, for a few minutes, I was a over the road truck driver. And the what you call it was in Decatur. The not the truck stop, but the head, not the headquarters, but terminal. There you go. And so yeah, I ran into some good food down there, some good wings down there. That's when I got introduced to American Deli, and the strip club atmosphere is popping down. But anyway, yeah, most definitely. Hustle House Media say he lost two homies to suicide. So they say, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry for your loss. We like you said, man, this should affects us in many ways, man. Like sometimes we move too fast to really recognize things that are going on around us. Sometimes not only that, I think we move fast because a lot of times we're locked in a cycle of escapism. We come to the YouTube, talk talk to each other every day because this is our version. This is one of the ways of escaping. And escapism is natural. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like when I get home from work, when I get off of work or whatever. At times where I feel I may get on YouTube, I might read a book, I may get on the Xbox. You know what I'm saying? I may just take me a little nap or, so I may just listen to music, you know what I'm saying? As long as it's productive, it's not getting in the way of our daily routines, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? And long as it's not negative. Like at this point, we all understand a salute book, a salute, Shan. But we all we all we all have things in life that we experience that not necessarily try to run from, you know what I'm saying? But something we just gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I put it like this. The number one objective that I have when I leave the house, you know what I'm saying? I make sure my kids are, you know what I'm saying, they straight. You know what I'm saying? And I had a little crazy, little whatever level. So I had to make sure that they straight. Pull up on them at the school and talk to their mom and all this shit, make sure all that shit straight. But when I leave out this house, my main objective is to make sure everybody I love, including myself, returns back in that house or in that apartment or wherever they at in one piece. That's the number one rule. You know what I'm saying? If we walk out, you know what I'm saying, it's the same thing. I would hate for something to happen to somebody, you know, at this job I used to work at. This one guy, he was my trainer. He was, you know what I'm saying? He was the trainer that he trained me on the job I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was doing the roll off truck driving job with the big dumpers. You know what I'm saying? And the same guy who trained me 2 weeks later, that guy died. He died. He got pinned between his truck and a trash can, and nobody was there. It was early in the morning. Nobody was there. His truck malfunctioned, so he didn't hear a backup beeper. It was a wild, crazy shit. And I can only imagine how he felt and how his wife felt. All their kids were grown. He was a great grandfather. He showed me pictures of his granddad, or not granddad, but his grandkids, and they were great, graduating from all these different colleges and doing these great things. And his grandson was a ball player who just got drafted. It was just great. You know what I'm saying? It was a great story, but to see that guy and hear about him dying, you know what I'm saying? To know that he walked out that house, kissed his wife on the forehead, and walked out that house, and that was the last time he walked out that house, and he won't be back through that same door. Man, that's, you know what I'm saying? Things like that people take for granted. Just leaving out the door, just getting to your car. You know what I'm saying? Or just walking to us. Like, we got to be able to take some of those things. You know what I'm saying? Make those things important. A lot of the shit that we do, you know what I'm saying, it's not really that important. You know what I'm saying? But simple things like main thing, leaving out, coming back in, showing love to our loved ones, our kids, our people. You know what I'm saying? It's everything like that. So that's all important. You know what I'm saying? So keep those things in mind. Cooley said mild with lemon pepper sprinkles. Yeah, I like the lemon pepper wet. That's when I never heard of the lemon pepper wet until I came. I was in Decatur and I ordered some food. I think a lady called Stella's. She pull up on you with the wings. Stella's something. Stella eats something like that. Put her with the lemon pepper wet, and I was like, lemon pepper wet. I thought she was trying to, what I'm saying, dig at me or something. You know what I'm saying? She was fine too. Put her with the wings was hot, the fries was hot, and she was hot as well. Plenty of meat on her bones. Anyway, shout out to Book. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hustle House Media. Shout out to Coolin. Shout out to everybody sitting here. 22 threes on me. 22 threes on me. Let's see. I got a guest in the back. You know what I'm saying? Cooling. Let's see. Get up here. Add her to the string.
Hello.
What's going on, Cooling?
How does my sound? Because I'm not on my laptop. I'm actually on my phone.
Oh, you good?
Okay.
You good?
Um, First of all, salute to you, and I greatly
Salute.
appreciate your sessions. I may not
Thank
comment
you.
that much, but I definitely listen. And mental health awareness is just like it's something that we should take more. We should value it more. We should take more time to consider everyone's
Mm-hmm.
mental. And I truly believe that when I made the statement the other day on P's Live, and I'm not naming no names or anything like that or throwing any more shots. I really just had a concern because I was on another live and I heard a diagnosis being made about a young lady. And if that diagnosis would have been true, if that was a doctor that was diagnosing her, it's like, okay, so when do you stop? When do you leave this person alone? Because clearly we all need help. Everyone needs help. No one is excluded from having trials and tribulations as long as we have breath in our body. You know what I mean? But at what point do you, um, if you really care about the human race, it doesn't even have to be this particular person. Like, I mean, what do you stand for? What are you trying to do? You done said what you done said. Are you gonna beat a dead horse and push a person to another level? You know what I'm saying? To where, like you said, we come here for an outlet. And if you come here for an outlet and then you getting filled up again, it's like, well, dang, where do I release at?
All right.
You know what
And
I'm saying?
it, it I'm gonna cut you off, but
No, you good.
um,
'Cause
it's things like that. That what I'm saying, like, and we're all guilty of it. You know what I'm
I'm
saying? We're
absolutely.
all guilty of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can sit and point fingers at everybody else, but
Mm-mm.
until we point that finger back at ourselves, check ourselves, we don't really have grounds to say shit about nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So while we're all guilty of it, things like this, we also have to be aware. Even though a lot of us, depending on what our environment was, where we grew up at, sometimes words didn't mean anything. Some people words may mean something. Like we don't never know. We all are in this melting pot called YouTube or called social media, coming from different places, different
Absolutely.
environments, different religions, different upbringings, different ethnicities, and this and that. And we're trying to mix this shit every fucking day. We're mixing this shit. Some of it don't mix, some of it do. You know what I'm saying? But at minimal, you know what I'm saying? We just gotta be more aware. You know what
Most
I'm saying?
definitely. And like you said, we're not aware of what other people's mental are. But if you come up with a diagnosis in your head, and if that's the way you really, really feel, at what point do you not realize, okay, well, you know what, I'm gonna fall back off of this, or hey, I'm gonna say something because you know I know it's no definition to trolling, but I mean, at some point, your morals and your, you know what I'm saying, your self value, your self worth, and what you would want to take in and what you know what I'm saying? Everybody is not everybody ain't strong as you, or everybody ain't
Right.
as weak as you.
Right.
And like you said, we're in all of these chats. A lot of us are in all of these chats together. A lot of the times, a lot of people just listening. A lot of people don't even comment. But you just never know um, how you can impact someone's life, whether it's a negative or a positive.
Mm-hmm.
Because yesterday, and I'm definitely not gonna say I was on the edge or a breaking point because I do have life as well. But yesterday it was like so overwhelming for me. This morning it was like, oh my goodness, it was a release and it just wouldn't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we have to have those releases. We do have to have those releases, and we have to make sure that we have those releases, because if not, then that's when you can get pushed over the edge and then, act out and spiral out, or, it could turn into something positive. It's just on that person and their mindset. So I greatly appreciate you and your platform.
Most
Anytime
definitely.
that I see you live, I'm definitely coming over here listening. Like I said, I
Thank
might not comment all the time, but I seen the room was kind of thin and everything. So I said, okay, well, let me go and
you.
get a
Damn, the room
piss.
kind of thin. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Nah, nah, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, things like this will grow though. You know what I'm saying? That's
Oh,
why I
that,
at first I was kind of pressuring, like, man, why does this? But I reached out to a few content creators that I know personally, and they were like, you know what I'm saying? They told me a few things, and I was like, okay, let me fall back. Because right now, this is on YouTube. I have a whole nother audience that's across on Facebook that's watching this live as well.
okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's, as long as
It's a
the
process.
information gets out, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in this thing for the long haul. For me personally, it's about purpose, not popularity. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
wasn't never the popular kid. I was the nigga that was in the corner that played football. They read the comic books and did all type of other shit while everybody was doing something else. I never was a person that tried to fit in and do anything like that. So I'm definitely not gonna try to do shit like that now. You know what I'm saying? That's something that, what I'm saying, I just, what I'm saying, don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's important for everybody. Whatever
Absolutely.
what I'm saying, whatever your lane is, try that motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever your lane is. If it's blogging, do that shit. Try that lane. If it's talking about mental health, try that lane. If you talk about, what I'm saying, I know Book has a great page. You know what I'm saying? Book has a good page. And the
Absolutely.
episode, first episode that I watched was he was talking about audience. So I moved from my podcast to audience. So shout out to Book for that information. And you know what I'm saying, everybody has good pages, you know what I'm saying? From the Empress Speaks to you know what I'm saying, Shan 214 to Room Shaker to you to everybody has their own lane. You know what I'm saying? As long as everybody got their own lane, man, we can drive that shit. You know what I'm saying? Whether you fuck with the person or not, you don't fuck with them, don't go over there. Continue to drive your own lane. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say all the time, you know what I'm saying? I
Can't be
know
that easy.
some,
Why can't it be
huh?
that? Why can't it be
Um,
that easy? If you don't want to be there, then just don't go.
yeah, I mean, you know
You
what I'm
know,
saying? It's
I
sometimes
know the
so we get
trolls want
in,
to stay you.
yeah, and sometimes
Mm-hmm.
we get in, what I'm saying, this YouTube, and what I'm saying, we're kind of like a bubble, but majority of the people here are content creators of some sort. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And like I said, everybody can drive their own lane. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a part of every phase in life is politicking. You know what I'm saying? So people play the politics game, and either you want to play it.
Absolutely.
Some people like playing the politic game. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But if it's anything that's y'all that we feel like is out of our, what I'm saying, our realm, then don't do that. Because whenever you're out of your realm, that makes you feel uncomfortable. And whenever you uncomfortable, you start doing shit that's desperate.
Real
And when you
shit.
start making desperate moves, that's a dangerous. Like I ain't worried about the person who, like, if it's two dudes and they run upon me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about the dude that's know he ready to scratch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about this nigga that's standing over here with his hands behind his back, looking nervous. I'm worried about that nigga. That's because that's the nigga that's probably gonna shoot me and do some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's all you know what I'm saying. But it's shit like that. Like whenever we get outside our realms and start making moves that are not normal to us, that's when we start doing the wild shit. That's when we go from content creators to being the content.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So
even I had to
Yeah.
realize that though. For I ain't gonna lie to you. Even I had to realize that because you know what I'm
shit, we
saying. Like
all do. We
right.
all do. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Cause that's
That shit.
what I'm going through with my little platform over there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a couple episodes into my podcast. Like I like it and shit, but I really be on some knowledge type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I really, you know what I'm saying? I really got some shit that people need to know, not just no shit that the nigga, you know what I'm saying? Just say because they think they smart. My shit fucking up.
Uh, are you good?
Oh,
You
okay.
straight? You
Yeah,
good?
like so like you
Oh,
know,
that's not.
Somebody crackling. Y'all eating cracklings over there? Or
that's what I'm saying. Is it my shit?
Yeah, I think it is, but good though. I mean, if you want to call that, come back in, you can. But it's straight though. I ain't tripping on shit.
It sound bad?
No, you good.
Oh,
Come on,
okay.
you
Yeah,
straight.
like yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Like over to my little platform, whatever, man. Like, you know, I had to realize, man. Like, it ain't about, like you said, it ain't about popularity, man. It's about staying true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's YouTube, man. So it's like millions, if not billions, of people that's on YouTube today, like outside of the people we know. So if you really learn how to like play with the algorithm and stuff, you're gonna eventually reach the people that's meant for you to reach. Like if you really like in your lane, in your passion, like what's gonna be. So you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it ain't about, you know what I'm saying, like they say the clout chasing and this and that. And some people don't know how to do that. It's like that's a skill. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, it's networking. Like when I see people clout chasing for a reason, I look at it as networking. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at it as clout chasing. But
Yeah,
like even that's a skill though to do it in a certain way. But some
yeah,
people ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta, like you said, stay true to yourself, man.
yeah. Like, and that's what it's about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Staying true to ourselves, man. You know what I'm saying? We all here. You know, I think sometimes, especially one thing that I've noticed in different YouTube factions is that sometimes we all lose sight of what's real in a sense. Like one person can subscribe to anybody they motherfucker want to. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? To anybody, it's unlimited. And you times that by one, times that you know what I'm saying. So a lot of time I feel like we be a step on our own toes. You
right,
know what I'm saying? When we try to do the politic, which politicking is kind of a part of everything. That's a part of life.
right.
It's natural, but at some point, you know what I'm saying, when it gets negative and it starts turning, you know, into unnecessary drama that spawns from nothing. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't spawn from nothing. But now, you know what I'm saying, people is all, you know, all across the board, and we over here, we over there, man. Let's fuck with who we want to fuck with, and everybody can just be themselves and draw their own lane. You know what I'm
And like
saying?
I
And
think
that's
I'm
right.
better now.
Yeah,
and
you
like you
good?
said, bro. What's
Okay.
up, Cola? Peace. But like you
Hey.
said, bro. Like I'm a content creator, man. I'm more so like a behind the scenes type nigga. Like I don't mind being like on camera and shit. But like
Mm-hmm.
I be you know what I'm saying, I be paying attention, man. Like I've been around I you know what I'm saying, I've been around like from the gate, you know what I'm saying, since this Mo3 stuff first started. So I've been kind of behind the scenes, like just watching people personalities, and I be like, God damn, man, if they come together and do this and do that, bam, 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 you know what I'm saying? It'll be man, some popping. But like so
Mm-hmm.
everybody, some people don't fuck with each other, and everybody got their own. It becoming like like but it's like it's coming kind of oversaturated almost. You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
like the people with the real content that's not on the drama and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like they got to kind of get it more out the mud, which it ain't no problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know that's why I'm trying to push this civilized sector. Not to say that
Right.
ain't nobody else. Not to say
Yeah.
that ain't nobody else not civilized. They can call themselves whatever they want to call themselves. But I'm
Right.
saying we are. You know what I'm saying? That ain't saying nobody else ain't. But you know
Right.
Mm-hmm.
what I'm
That's
saying?
just your
So
definition.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
I just want to say that because I ain't that type of nigga to make it seem like I'm this and ain't nobody ain't that type of nigga. But
Right.
you know, like you know, it's just for the people. You just gotta let that be known. So for the people who, because I be in a lot of people rooms, a lot of people chats, and some people like wanna, you know what I'm saying, go somewhere where they can really feel something, know something, learn something. You know what I'm saying? Talk about some real stuff. Like I heard Freddie Krueger talking last night on Cam podcast while I was at work. Like he was saying something along those lines. Like so, you know, if that's what it really is, then let's come together and like you know, let's really build some shit.
I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. It has to be some kind of balance, you
Yeah.
know. And
Yeah.
it's not to say that you're better than anyone because no one is better than anyone. It's
Facts.
just, what you value most and how you move. You know what I'm saying? I actually tell some people, do not come to my platform. And I don't want to have to tell people that. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that you even have to even think to say, okay, well, I don't want this person over there. I don't want this person over there because they're gonna bring this, they're gonna bring that. Of course,
Now
people
I'm not saying it. I'm just saying like when you come, you already know what it is. Like this
which is
ain't,
true.
you know what I'm saying? Like even
This-
if you come from over, because I mess with everybody. You know what I'm
But
saying? I'm here
that's
for
you.
everything.
Some people
I'm
don't understand
Yeah.
that. Some people
right.
can't decipher that, and they come with the bull crap everywhere they go. And it's like, okay, if you're not gonna be able to, what I'm saying, contain yourself or just sit back and chill, you can pop your stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But when it
Right.
starts, you know what I'm saying, causing a distraction, then
Yeah.
that's a problem. And like I said, you can go anywhere, because you pay your own bills. You could, you can click wherever you want to click at. But I mean, I didn't want to even say, look, unsubscribe to me, don't come back. You know what I'm saying? Just stay away from me. And like, well, I ain't even saying that. I say, you know what? You didn't say anything, but it's just the energy that you're around, and I don't
Right.
want the energy. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, maybe I did, overstep and take it out on that person. But it was just like, you know what? It's overwhelming. Just, if that's what you own, just stay over there. Please don't come over here by me.
Yeah, but a lot of this shit, you know what I'm saying, it's just like, you know, and I realized it's people that I used to fuck with, I don't fuck with no more. It is, you know what I'm saying? Or people you may not like just because you just may not like them. Like, we don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it that's just a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't take none of this stuff personally, man. Like
Um, yeah,
I
like,
don't like I don't
yeah,
like I mess with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't really
right.
like you know. I wouldn't tell if somebody don't mess with me because I get on here like this. You know,
Right.
I'm an emoji
Right.
right now. You know what I'm saying?
But,
Yeah,
but
but
if
you
you
know,
don't mess with me, stay away from me then. And what I'm saying? I'll do the same.
yeah,
Right.
But if you want
but
to
you know,
come over
like,
here just to
oh,
pick,
go ahead.
like,
You good.
jeez.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, in our sector, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the sector's called, it doesn't call everything now. You know what I'm saying? But it pretty much in life or in YouTube in general, like even if you like, sometimes my children, they watch, they real big gamers, so they like people like AMP and other, different type of sectors and factions. You know what I'm saying? Too hype, or you know what I'm saying? RDC world, like those are those are on sectors and fashions and content creators. They put that
Right.
shit into a pot. I'm pretty sure it's people that they used to fuck with, they don't fuck with no more, and vice versa. So it's kind of like, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Ain't nothing wrong with either one. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think a lot of shit that goes on is because a lot of us, sometimes we get so hyped up in this shit that we listen for a response. We don't listen for understanding. Um,
Mhm.
and I think sometimes when we listening for a response, we continue to pretty much keep hitting our head against a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? And for weeks and weeks and weeks, here we go. We got some, you know what I'm saying, some drama that if we go our way back to it, it came from nothing, or it came from something small. But did nobody see that little flame that was on that little, you know what I'm saying, little, what call them, little, you know what I'm saying, little. Anyway, that should go from a small flame to a big flame. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Absolutely.
That should from a small flame, and it got gained traction, and it gained air, and now it's a full fledged flame to the point where now everybody is kind of fractional. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we still all in this bubble together and shit. We talk to each other damn near every goddamn day. So just like our family, like people in our family, like people I fuck with in my family, I don't talk to them niggas every fucking day. I don't even like half them niggas, man, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how it is, and that's okay. You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
and
So
it's
what
and
if
that,
you heard something like this? We've been trying to get rid of this bitch for months. We, not just I. I've been trying to get, you know what I'm saying? We've been trying to get rid of this bitch for months, and she won't die. She just keep coming back. Like, are you serious? Is it that serious when you have to gather together to go against a person, whether
Well,
it's me or whether it's you or whether it's anyone else? But like you said, the politics, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Is
well,
anything.
I put it like this:
That's weird.
sometimes,
It's
as
like
being
you
an
put much
observer,
energy in
a,
something.
a lot of y'all like that shit. You know, as much as y'all say y'all don't, y'all can get into that shit all the goddamn time to the point where y'all like that shit and y'all was kind of low key addicted to it. You know what
right.
I'm saying? It's some type of dopamine release that y'all get from going back and forth, and y'all be on y'all Game of
I,
Thrones shit. You
I
know what
think
I'm saying?
everybody I think everybody needs to look at the bigger picture, man. Y'all can
Everybody
re-
be on
y'all
that
can
Game of Thrones shit.
y'all can really get a bag, man. Like for real, like some of y'all, man, if y'all stop beefing and come together, man, and really like, you know what I'm saying, do some shit like on some real content type shit with y'all personalities, man, y'all can get a bag, man. Y'all be beefing for nothing, you know what I'm saying? This is my opinion. After, you know what I'm saying,
But you
come out
know,
with no
you know what I'm
corporation.
saying. But you
I agree
know,
too, but I definitely ain't finna be kissing and begging and what you
I
know what I'm
know.
saying?
I even told Paula
Okay.
that in the chat,
Hey,
and he highlighted. I said, man, y'all don't want no real, because like I be in a pod, like it's like I be in a podcast world. You know what I'm saying? Like like in the business and stuff like this. So I be
yeah,
seeing like the bags they putting in it, like what
man.
platforms popping off. Like, and
I'm
it's
telling,
a bag for this shit right now, man. It's an early
I'm telling you.
industry,
Look, that
It
that that
is.
Call Me Daddy podcast.
right?
All they get on there and talk about is taking dick down the throat, and taking dick, all type of wild shit. They got a bag. I'm talking about millions and
Right.
millions and deals and endorsements just because they don't suck some dick. Now, how many of y'all ladies out there don't suck some dick and y'all doing that? Y'all ain't getting no
Wow.
bag talking about it, and y'all ain't doing that. And this little white girl, and she had a partner with her at first. But guess what? That partner ain't with her no more, and she got the bag all to herself. So
Yeah.
that's why I was saying it's a part of the deal. You got the big podcast, whether it's the Joe Buttons, $1 million worth of games, or you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
or the YouTube channels that you know what I'm saying, like that. Like we creating this shit. Like if there is a spot for every lane,
Yeah.
including the lane for people who want to smoke and want to do all that. There's a lane for that.
Absolutely.
There's a
Mhm.
Yeah.
lane for people who don't want to smoke. There's a lane for that. There's a lane for women who want to, you know what I'm
That's all,
saying.
and that's all
Hey,
I'm saying. And that's all I'm saying.
yeah,
Like I ain't saying like, you know what I'm saying. Like 'cause we all come from the same sector. Like this how most everybody met through the Mo 3 stuff. You know what I'm saying.
yeah.
So from this sector, you know what I'm saying. We came. You know what I'm saying. We some people came from, you know what I'm saying, other, like what's his name? My nigga. Damn. Trigger man, yeah, Trigger. Some people came from Polar. Some people came from, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, MHB. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying. But so it's other sectors up
And some
under
niggas
that. You
came
know what I'm saying.
way out of left field. We be like, we don't know
Right.
who the fuck sector we came from. We came from
Right.
the too short, sick with it sector. Be like, what the fuck? Like,
Yes.
what
You
the
said
fuck
I
you
was
think
too
come
short
from?
with it.
Nigga came from the hypey sector.
You
What up,
know.
nigga? Shit, yeah,
Oh, I have mercy. That was hilarious.
yeah.
So,
Well, this
so my
shit.
thing is, you know what I'm saying, the ones who like, because everything to me is like tribalism. So the ones who cut from the same cloth, not saying nothing bad about the other ones, because they pop
Right.
their shit and they should be entertaining. I love it. Keep doing it,
Love it.
please.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But the
And I'm with the shits too. You know what I'm
but
saying?
you
But
know,
every
the
day.
ones who
Oh
really not,
God.
the ones who really not, you know what I'm saying, brand ourselves a certain way so people can know what it is. You know,
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
that's all I'm
exactly.
saying.
I just feel like it should just be more respect. Just respect the person for what they are, who they are, and keep it freaking
Man,
moving.
this
You say
YouTube,
what you
man,
say and let it go. But when
this
you
Yeah,
dig
YouTube.
in, let it go. I mean, don't
it's
come
free
back.
range.
I
You
mean, but
know,
you can't tell nobody what to do. You
right?
know.
Exactly. I was
But
about to
with
say that.
me,
It's
I'm
some
not bringing
things
it back
that
the next day.
right.
Then them algorithms, a
But it's some
motherfucker, man.
right. And it's some things that some people, like I said earlier, some may say, or even earlier when I was talking about the words matter, and they was trying to link the words with the stigmatism and all that shit. Like some people, words do matter. Some people,
Mhm.
it don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I think we don't keep in mind enough.
Mm-mm.
when we're talking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes, like for me, for instance, like I stutter when I talk, so I'm thinking about a million things while I'm talking, and that creates a problem for me at times. But at the same time, I think about certain shit, and so I'm able kind of guide my words carefully at times. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to. Cause I know, especially like for instance, with our kids. Our kids love us. The one thing that they love from us, or our nieces and nephews, or whoever's a young child around you, is our words that matter. You know what I'm saying? If we tell them, okay, hey, you doing good, keep going, they gonna continue to do better. It don't matter whether they sorry in the sport or whatever. But if we
I
keep
need
telling,
those kids because
hey,
mine do the opposite of what I tell them to do.
but if it's like, hey, you like, you imagine like you suck, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, oh damn, you know what I'm saying? And then,
Mhm.
but we know we see these kids growing up, you know what I'm saying, with kids, or a few of us may be those children who grew up and was kind of like, oh man, my daddy said I, you know what I'm saying? And some people it pushes, some of it don't, some of it builds a callous. I mean, shit, you can look at Floyd Mayweather. Him
Right.
and his daddy had a hell of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? He ran that nigga through the fucking dirt. You know what I'm saying? And he probably maybe the best boxer of all time, but he can tell you, you know what I'm saying, from it's been documented him and his daddy ain't had the best relationship. It's been back and forth and rocky, but you know what I'm saying? Those type of things. But he even said, well, it was when he was a child, that shit traumatized that dude.
See,
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times words do matter. You know what I'm saying? It's especially with this shit because all we doing is speaking. We
yeah.
speaking, we
Hmm.
talking, we have a dialect, we pimping and politicking on this whole. We out here talking about everything, anything up under the sun. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's all recorded. It's all live. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes some shit do be funny, and then sometimes that shit anything can be um reacted to. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
sometimes some shit shouldn't be, but at the same time, it's up in that realm. If you get on here, you know what I'm saying? If you get on here and you create content and say what you got to say and you saying this, hey, if you say something that's a little spicy, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Don't be
This,
mad if you get a little acid reflux. You know what I'm
this,
saying?
this,
It's
this
gonna come
exactly
back up. It's gonna
this
come back
exactly
up. You know
this
what I'm
exactly
saying?
how I feel.
And then you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta, what I call it, scratching that out. You gotta scratch that out. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I'm saying? And that goes where it goes. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? For it's different lanes for
Hmm.
different brains. You know what I'm saying? Shit like
Hey,
that.
hey, but look, this how I feel though, man. Like this, like not like if you go to somebody platform, you know what I'm saying, like next whoever be popping their shit, you know what I'm saying, and you go there, certain type of, like you know what you getting, you know what I'm saying, like, and you know what you getting, and it's cool, you know what I'm saying, like, like we all grown, like we all grown. Hopefully, everybody that be doing all this shit grown. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of know what's for us and what's not for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Straight up.
if something ain't for you, then you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Straight up.
It's
Hey.
enough. If it's enough of us, and we have so many personalities, we got so much other. Like you got your mental health stuff. You know what I'm saying? Kudum got her platform. You know what I'm saying? Book got his platform. I got my platform. Like you don't have to really deal with nothing like that. You don't have to deal with. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And everybody has it. Look, I always, like I said, I'm a nerd. You know what I'm saying? I remember, y'all remember going and playing the Game Boy on Pokemon. Nigga had to really figure out, like, damn, do a nigga want the water Pokemon, the fire Pokemon, or the
Right.
electric Pokemon? You know what I'm saying? What type of niggas do, you know what I'm saying? And these niggas will go from all across the goddamn, Pokemon map, try to figure out who to fuck with, who not to fuck with. I can't fuck with the fire nigga. I like the fire. I like the water niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's the same
Right.
thing just in life, whether it's fucking Pokemon or whether it's fucking shit. What I say, Game of Thrones, comic books, Marvel, DC, everything and everything exists in a faction. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And some is and like just like a battery. You know what I'm saying? Positive and positive ain't gonna fuck with. Negative ain't gonna fuck with.
Then
You know what I'm
then
saying?
Right.
then you got to add this in too, Trey. Some people got platforms just so they can pop their shit. Like some
Hmm.
people got platforms like they ain't trying to, and they like I ain't saying it is this a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I'm just in context. Like some people just got their shit so they can respond when, you know what I'm saying? And, hey, And
Yeah.
I watch it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm
Hell
just
yeah,
saying,
nigga, I
you
be in
know,
there dropping all
you just
types of
gotta,
bushes and eyes and shit.
hell
You know what
yeah,
I'm
I be
saying?
in
I
them
be in that. You know what I'm
motherfuckers.
saying? But that's
I like
what I'm saying.
it.
It's everybody has that's the beautiful thing about creativity is
Right.
it's endless, it's infinite. We can do what the fuck we want to, whether it's
Mhm.
positive or negative. We have to understand that there may be some good consequences and some bad consequences. If I go on this
Yeah.
hoe and I call this nigga a hoe ass nigga or whatever, it may or may not be some bad consequence depending on who that person is and blase. If this chick go on there and say, hey, bitch, fuck this bitch, give a got whoop the whoop, you know what I'm saying? You gonna tomorrow, later on that night, you gonna have some fuck you bitch and you tired of your ass back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's lanes for that. And nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I know for me, I couldn't deal with that because you know what I'm saying, that's just not me. But like I got a cousin and she about that smoke in real life, and she's a fucking professional, corporate. You know what I'm saying? Corporate and be all nice and hi, how you doing? But she's staying, but she's staying some shit just
Mhm.
because she like that for something about that. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying. So it is
A
it is
fulfillment
especially
for her.
right, and also even with this because we are all creators at the end of the day.
Right.
Um, it's competitive. It's a
Now,
small dose of competition that's in it. We
to me,
compete. You know
go
what I'm
ahead. I'm
saying?
sorry.
Like,
My bad.
no, you good. Subconsciously, sometimes we competing it. We don't even realize it.
Mhm.
Sometimes we competing. You know what I'm saying? And some people
Mhm.
they competing at different paces. Some may outpace others, and that's fine. Some may have a slower pace to catch on. Some may get a fast growing and then plateau at a certain point. But nonetheless, we are all in competition. Not only with us, you know what I'm
With,
saying,
with ourselves.
but with millions, yeah, ourselves and millions of other YouTube and social media niggas across the fucking world.
And
You
the
know what I'm
thing
saying?
is, folks ain't even worried about the ones across the world. They worried about the ones that's right here that's supposed to be family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the
Right.
weird part.
And
But
that's
look,
where oh
Hmm.
oh go ahead, Josh. You good?
yeah, but I ain't disagreeing, but I'm gonna like give a little pushback. You know what I'm saying? Or this probably just me.
Go
You
ahead.
know what I'm saying? Uh, the reason why I don't consider it competition, you know what I'm saying? Like because if you doing like if you know this your purpose, right? Anything like if you are doing your purpose, like it's kind of like what the Christian people say, what God has for me is for me. Like I look at more
Absolutely.
so in a universal aspect. Like if you in your lane, if you doing what you supposed to do, you are gonna reap the benefits of that. And it may not come in view, it may not come in views. Like you may have one person that view your stuff and now they want you to go on a worldwide lecture with them or something like that. You just never know. But as long as you stand true to your course, like you don't even have to like you got to have tunnel visions. Like you can't even
Yeah.
worry about competing. Like while they zigging, you
Right.
zagging. Because if
Right.
you really in your purpose, you're gonna be unique with it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
And yep. Exactly.
It goes back
And
to what you saying. Stay true to self.
yep. Say to yourself like that's something that I know for me. Period. Like going live and being on YouTube was different. I was talking about it with
Absolutely.
Shan.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
I
can
think
you
it's
hear me?
a whole lot of grown people that don't know who they are.
Facts. And ain't nothing wrong with that.
And no, it's
Yeah,
not because
but
you find yourself because
uh,
everyone learns at different paces. And I'm
Right.
not
right,
when I speak things, I'm not down on anyone because I may have some things that's inside of me that I haven't, you know what I'm saying, uh, figured out yet. So I mean,
and we all have a journey. You know what I'm saying? We all have a journey.
absolutely. And everyone learns to ride a bike and get a first tooth at different ages. So I'm definitely not ever knocking anyone. But I feel like over time we start learning who people are based off of their actions and their responses.
Right, and
And once you learn that, if you can't respect that person and who they are, then don't don't disrespect them is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Just okay,
right,
okay. But this is how that person is, you know what? So I'm gonna just go on over here, or I'm gonna still support, but I'm just, just gonna walk a fine line or whatever the case may be.
right.
You don't have to
Man,
engage with everyone. You don't have to.
man,
If you don't have
and
something, I mean, and there's nothing
uh,
wrong with, popping your shit, trolling, boom, and then keep it moving. But when you just own and you drilling, and now
right,
it's
and you
becoming
know. Oh, go ahead and finish.
No,
I'm
you
sorry.
go ahead. I told you I'm long winded. I'll be going on and on and on.
It's all good, but yeah, so like I was talking, like I was saying, um, like you were saying, yeah, you know what I'm saying, like that's a huge part of it. Um, I I I do I do understand Josh's perspective of what I'm saying. Some like me personally, I don't see it as competition either. You know what I'm saying? But at the
But some
same
people do.
time, yeah, some people do because at the same time, shit. I mean, if you see how the other factions and the money that they getting, you know what I'm saying? Some people get charged up by that. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
check
want to
this
start,
out.
what I'm saying,
I
competing
had
and shit like
I
that.
had my subs showing, and I didn't know. I'm just really getting into this, or whatever the case may be. Was really pushed into it, but it is what it is. I'm up for it now, especially now since I've already got started. I can't quit, but I mean I could, but I'm just not. Um, and
No, you
somebody hit
can't
me
quit.
behind the scenes was like, I think you should, hide your sub count, and I'm like. But then I went to somebody else's page. I'm like, wow, I got the same amount of subs they got, and they've been doing it, 2-3 weeks longer
Yeah,
than me. Maybe
and
that
that's the
was I
yeah,
didn't know, what I'm saying? I'm like, well, maybe that's why, what I'm saying? This person
yep,
is doing shots and doing this, that, and the other, or whatever. And people, you don't even know. And people don't
and
like people hold stuff, and like I'm telling you, Josh, you would just, I mean, and I know you probably know, but you would really be surprised how people take little bitty things and run. We don't even know it.
right. But and I think like that's what I was saying earlier. Like I think we fall in some of these traps. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
definitely.
Cause we start comparing us like, okay, they got, come on, man, they got the, you know what I'm saying? They got the
Because
little, you
listen,
know what I'm saying? They're
because
like,
when I got
damn, you
that information, I
know what I'm
wasn't worried about
saying?
nobody's subs. But when I
Right.
got that information, it made me start looking at other people's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm
And
like,
at the same
okay,
time, it's like we all running our race, and it's kind of like I use this analogy all the time. My dad told me this analogy when I was a kid, and put everything in perspective for me. It's kind of like when you're on the highway and it's a whole lot of traffic. You see the traffic from a fucking distance. And you find out it's a wreck or something. You know what I'm saying? It's a wreck. Well, by the time you get to where the wreck happened, the wreck, the tow truck, the police officers, everybody else done been moved all the way to the side. And you like, well, damn, where's the traffic at? The traffic is everybody looking over, not paying attention to what the fuck they doing.
Hmm.
We look,
you're
we
right.
everybody rubbernecking and shit.
It's weird, but
You
I
know what
mean,
I'm
it's
saying?
life, and we can't knock nobody for what they do and how they do it.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, but
It's just how we respond and react to it. Josh, I don't follow you. I don't know where your page is, but I have put in the private chat if you want to drop your page and what I'm saying, come check you
Yeah,
out.
it's Hustle House Media. Is that me? Hold on.
Oh, that's you right there.
Yeah, that's me right there.
Okay. Okay, I'm finna go over there now.
Yeah, I gotta follow. I gotta follow you too. I gotta make sure I do that
And
too. But
I'm also
but that,
just getting in the house and getting settled down. It's raining over here. And so the kids they just finished eating. I'm finna help my baby girl and my baby boy with their homework. And but I'm still tuned in. I got my earbud on, so I'll be listening.
what you cook?
And I like I said, I just want to to get up here to show my love, and definitely to let you know that I appreciate this platform. I definitely do because awareness is the key for any and everything. And a lot of people don't understand, and we wait till we get in a situation and then want to make ourselves aware of things when poor preparation is gonna how to have a saying go, poor preparation is
Poor
gonna
preparation prevents poor performance.
poor, yeah, absolutely. The PPPs. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. I
The
know the
five
concept, but I
P's.
just couldn't get it to roll off my tongue. But
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is. And if you're not prepared, and you're not going to be prepared for everything because
Mm-mm.
that's
right,
experience.
you gotta
But
expect the unexpected.
absolutely. So if you could
Oh,
just get a little of the information and just, what I'm saying, apply it when the need be, or have the resources to go and get that. So
And that's why we finna form the civilized sector, so people can have the resources. to our best ability. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we all
Absolutely.
did, what I'm saying? Like, we all come from everywhere. So
Wait a
most
minute, I am
importantly,
subscribed to you, Josh.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely
Yeah.
got to scratch. See, I'm slowly but surely finding everybody. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to. That's totally up
No,
to you.
I'm
There's no
definitely, no,
pressure.
I definitely,
But yeah, I'm already subscribed. Why am I not getting no notifications though?
Yes, at least,
I don't know.
at
Okay.
least we can
I,
do for each other, whether we like each other or not. Just go ahead and throw a subscribe or whatever. Just tap that shit and get off the fucking page. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Just
Yeah.
hit the subscribe button. Whether we
Because
like the
it
person or
has a
not,
way for you to set whether you get all notifications or specialized and personalized. So I
hit the
mean,
bell.
and mine's
Yeah,
is set for your notifications. I'm not sure. I probably got to go through my stuff and go through this because I got meditation on
To be
here,
honest
all
with you,
kind of stuff I'm subscribed to.
man, like it be so much going on behind the scenes with me trying to do the show and do the controls. I wouldn't know who tapping in and tapping out until rewatch it.
exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But
peace.
I'm definitely gonna tap in with you though. It's your name, right? Cooling with the crew.
Yes, sir.
I'm definitely gonna tap in with you.
Awesome. Awesome. I actually did an interview with Woods, whole lot of Woods.
Mm.
He said, shoot, when was that? What's today? Shoot, Thursday. They had to be Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday night. Um, he did because he suffered from alcoholism, and I felt like that was, I follow him and I listened to his story several times on his IG or what have you, and I just wanted to get that interview out. You know what I'm saying? To go
Yeah,
into
I want to watch it.
definitely, it
Yeah.
was. He felt like he told me something. Oh, this felt like a Vlad TV interview. You getting too personal. I'm like, oh my gosh! But when
Man,
you're interviewing someone, I feel like you're supposed to, ask certain questions, so things that the people will want to hear. But
Mhm.
I did that on Sunday, and I think that was a really, really good live stream there. But
okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out.
so awareness is key at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
But salute to you guys. Continue blessings, positive energy, love, and light.
Thank
All right,
you.
peace, man.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, man. I definitely had to call up, bro, because man, like this is my first time tapping in. Like I said, man, I'm slowly but surely finding into everybody.
It's all
You know what I'm
good.
saying? And I
Hell
ain't gonna
yeah.
lie to you, man. I rock with your show, bro. I really do.
Appreciate it, man. Rock with your shit too, man. Hey, man. Say, man, the one thing I learned from looking at man, this money, the money is out here for us to go get.
Real talk.
It's a matter of us putting our egos and pride to the side and going and getting this shit. Whether you link up, who fuck with you fuck with them, link that shit up, collab, and get that shit going. Don't matter. It don't matter who you don't fuck with. It matter about who you do fuck with. Y'all link up and create your own shit. We all have got the ability. Technically, we are our own sector.
Real
Each one
talk.
of us, they have a page, got the ability to have our sector to have people branch out from that sector to meet people from, you know what I'm saying? That's the
Mhm.
beauty of social media. Like this shit is supposed to be a tool. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Even though these phones are called smartphones, they ain't smart because they smarter than us. They smart because we make them whole smart. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right. Right.
Everything we put in there comes from us. So the shit ain't going, you know what I'm saying? So
Computer program.
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But hey, yeah, man, I appreciate you for calling up and shit, man. Real
But
shit.
let me say this real quick before I tap out real quick, man.
Go ahead, bro.
Uh, like I'm here to help everybody. You know what I'm saying? So if you like get at me, you know what I'm saying, on my IG or whatever, you know what I'm saying, tap in with me. My IG is Josh World. It's Josh. Then the world got a X instead of a circle. So it's
Okay.
Josh World with the X. You know what I'm saying? Not a circle. Oh. All right, but just tap
Okay.
in with me, you know what I'm saying? I find if not, I find, you know what I'm saying, y'all, whatever. But I'm here to help everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm really willing to work with everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, like, okay, you gotta look at it like this. Can you get to the bag quicker with somebody else or trying to get your page popping and monetized? You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
it ain't as easy as people make it seem, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, it's not.
so you got to think about this sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So for those who really want to work, really want to get it popping, man, like holler at me, man. I'm here to help everybody. And I'm gonna start doing lectures on Sundays. I probably do one this Sunday, depending on how fast I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Between working and all that shit. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start doing lectures on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? Probably, you know, early afternoon, whatever. But I'm make sure I tap in and let people know. But just be on the lookout for that, man. So come tap in with my Hustle House Media. You know what I'm saying? Trill Pill, man. I fuck with you, man. Real talk.
I already, man. Fuck with you too, dog. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm
Y'all go
definitely
like,
gonna
share,
get you
subscribe.
behind the scenes, bro.
Already, y'all go like, share, subscribe, and follow the Hustle House Media and shit. You know, SA, man. Everybody's SA, man. We so motherfucking brilliant. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people realize like we so motherfucking brilliant. Like everybody, I know we shoot the shit and have fun, but everybody over here got something to offer, man. Let's drop our nuts. Let's get that shit out. Whatever the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck if you making slime videos. Give a fuck what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you out there making slime videos, them videos got millions of subscribers. I know because I got
So,
kids and they watch them hoes and there's some. And I be like, what the fuck? Watching somebody just switching some shit. But hey, it's a lane for it. It's a lane for
yeah,
everything. So big shout out to you. You know what I'm saying, Josh? I appreciate your insight, bro. You know what I'm saying? And everything like that, man. Most definitely, man. I'm gonna go ahead and follow me. Y'all follow my nigga Big Josh, man. Hustle House
thanks,
Media.
man. Love, bro. I'm still in the chat. I mean, I'm still in the comments, man.
Already, my nigga.
All right, my guy.
Yes, sir. Shout out to S420. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cooling and Josh for pulling up. Shout out to Big Nutter. You here. Shout out to Shannon. Yeah, like I was about to say, is I started this podcast about a year and a half ago and kind of brought it to YouTube just a few months ago and it's different. You know what I'm saying? And I talked to Shannon, Shannon about it and you know what I'm saying, giving all the insight I can about it because that's all I know how to do. Like we all in this shit together. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, we ain't in here trying to step on nobody's shit. I know sometimes shit has gotten a little dicey. You know what I'm saying? Shit has gotten a little dicey. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying, at this point, fuck with who you fuck with and whoever you don't fuck with, you know what I'm saying? Don't fuck with them. We're gonna go from there. We all fall victim to the trap of going against each other. That's kind of the what's kind of been set in stone for us by them people. You know, so we ain't gonna call them by no code over here. We can call them them. You know what I'm saying? By them. You know what I'm saying? Them. So, but we all gotten a little dicey and done said some things and did some things. Used to be over here, now we over there. Used to be over there, now we over here. We feel the type of way about who did this and who did that, and all that's perfectly fine. But I'm just saying, at some point we're gonna have to realize, get back focused, like Empress Speaks said the other day, get back realigned, you know what I'm saying? Realign yourself, you know what I'm saying? And get back focused on what the shit that we're supposed to be doing that actually helps us and, helps out other people in our realm, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cam, you know what I'm saying? Cam talk too much. Y'all go like, share, subscribe over there. You know what I'm saying? Great content over there, man. We all got the content. Shout out to Love is Blue. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Love is Blue. She got a page up. Go like, share, subscribe to her page. You know what I'm saying? Also, before I get off of here, the Trill Pill, Double Up TV got a podcast coming soon. It's still in the baby stages. We got to work the schedule and all that shit like that. But Trill Pill and Double Up got a podcast coming soon. That's gonna be called Chopping It Up Podcast. The Chopping It Up Podcast is coming soon. Trill Pill and Double Up. Look out for that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out for everybody. Big salute. Big salute to everybody. Shout out to Shan214. Go like her YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe over there. Shan214 is the name of that channel. Her podcast called Popping My Shit. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fuck with it too. You know what I'm saying? This shit gonna be beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 420. Hey, this shit gonna be beautiful, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm like the nigga that stood up on Soul Food, told everybody to stop being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We already in this hole, man. Shout out to Alicia B. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, man. If you want to go check out, you know what I'm saying? Denver, Texas, man, go check in Denver, Texas. BFH, man. Everybody, man. If I got the page, I forgot. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, man. That shit gonna be lovely. You know what I'm saying? Go, you know what I'm saying? Big salute to Max Boogie. You know what I'm saying? Go check out Max Boogie. Say, man, whatever you want, whatever you need, everybody got it. Shout out to Room Shaker. Whatever you want, whatever you need. Shout out to Carlos. Shout out to them. You know, Empire, the Polar Gang. You don't even where the fuck you come from. The Polar Gang, the Empire, Sasquatch, and Dressataya. I'm giving a fuck where the fuck you came from. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Fuck You Sue Me. He pop up everybody's page. You may be tired of him, and that shit may be, whatever to you, but at the same time, he pull up and support with everybody around this hole. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, we in this bitch together, man. So salute to all the creators, no matter where the fuck you from. You know what I'm saying? No matter what fuck faction you from, you know what I'm saying? Let's bring that shit together and let's get this money. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, man. Let's build each other up. Of course, the bullshit will be the bullshit. The colony. Shout out to everybody from the colony. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody from over there too. You know, so appreciate that. Shout out to everybody everywhere, man. There's enough room for all of us over this bitch. There's enough room for it. There's enough lanes for it. The lanes are infinite. The money is infinite. We just got to get to it. It's out there. You know what I'm saying? It's out there. It is out there for all of us to get to it, man. Much love to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely. Shout out to S420. Yeah, most definitely. Thank you for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping on you coming in. Whatever time you came in is the right time. I ain't worried about it. I'm tell you something. I ain't gonna be the nigga that's gonna be tripping over mods and you supposed to do this over here. You're giving, you know what I'm saying? No, you know what I'm saying? You pull up whenever you can, whenever you can't. It's all good over here at the Trill Pill. It's all good. I ain't worried about it. People got live. People got more things that are important than a nigga on here that stutter a little bit talking about mental health. But it's all good for everybody, man. Y'all pull up if y'all can. You know what I'm saying? If y'all can't, that's fine. If y'all can, that's fine. I don't want tripping. So salute the S420. You know what I'm saying? Keeping that shit all the way player. You know what I'm saying? Keeping that shit trill, man. Trill Pill Podcast. Before I get out of here, I do want to remind y'all that Mind Your Mental is something that I am putting together. It's a program that I am trying to get off the ground. That's grassroots. It is a mental health based program that I want to get off the ground in grassroots. You know what I'm saying? With the grassroots. I don't know what I'm saying. Something about some grassroots. But anyway, grassroots. I want to get it out the ground. You know what I'm saying? I'm creating this program to help get mental health services and resources out to children and adults, really to just families in low socio-economic areas, pretty much the ghetto, the hood, everywhere where the government likes to forget, unless it's for people like to forget um, about the hood and shit like that until it's time to go and find the next athlete, the next LeBron, the next Von Miller. You know what I'm saying? They worried about, you know what I'm saying, the hood and all that shit then, but when it ain't got nothing to do with athletics or rapping, say, man, yeah, fuck about that. But more importantly, our mental health is important. And I'm basically trying to get this program off of the ground to start something. Like I want to leave a legacy, and it's one thing to sit on here and talk about mental health, which I love to do, and everything surrounding mental health, which I have no problem with. But it's one thing to talk about it; it's another thing to do. So I'm following in the footsteps of my father and the previous men and women in my family that have not only talked about something, but actually put the foot down and put the 10 toes down in some of these streets and some of these ghettos and try to provide people with the resources that they need to become greater. You know what I'm saying? To become greater. We got a lot of things that we have to unlock in our minds, in our lives, man. Like it's hard for us. Sometimes we don't necessarily realize that while we're growing up in these areas that we need mental health help and resources, we don't realize it because there's no one that's teaching us and telling us about these things. You know what I'm saying? So I basically wanted to, and I'm creating a program So we can get this shit, get this ball rolling, and I hope it'll reach across America at some point, but it got to start somewhere. So mind your mental, mind your mental. It is program. I do have a GoFundMe up for that. It is in the my bio in my podcast IG. If you want to donate, if share, subscribe, do all that. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, man, it's been a great show. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I salute to my audience that's on over here on YouTube and the audience that's over there watching on Facebook. Much love to everybody, man. God bless. You know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what time it is. It's getting dark, which means it is. I won't all the way cuss because Miss Fee told me to watch my cousin. So I'm gonna say FS hours. It is getting dark and FS hours are approaching us. It's kind of like the purge, kind of like the alarm. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the alarm, awareness and educating others about mental health prevention techniques and resources available is what makes the difference. Yes, indeed. S420. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. She also said, please take care of yourself. Don't forget to set aside some time for some self love and self care. Remember, mind your mental to be monumental. The trio pill. You got that right. All ready. Shout out to Cool. Continue blessings, y'all. Well, great show. I'm gonna close this thing out. You know what I'm saying? I go live 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and every other day I start with a T. Every day that every day they start with a T. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's gonna be me. Trill Pill. It's gonna be Trill Tuesdays and Trill Thursdays. You know what I'm saying? And I might go live on any other day. You know what I'm saying? Just it depends on what's going on and things like that. But most of the time, But in the meantime, in between time, if you like the sound of my sultry, you know what I'm saying, or the sexy voice of the Trill Pill, you can go and find me on all streaming platforms: Google, Spotify, Stitcher, uh, of course, over here on YouTube, but Radio Public. You know what I'm saying? I got over 80 episodes full of, full of raw, uncut shit for you to get you through those, you know what I'm saying? Those times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, peace and love. Yeah, like Big Josh said, peace and love to everybody. Now let's go act a donkey. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Cam is live. All right. Okay. Cool. Well, everybody, let's go over to our respective whatever. This is the Trill Pill podcast. Much love to everybody. Stay trill and heal. Let's step on the stigma and let's remember, mind your mental to be monumental. This is the Trill Pill podcast. Much love, guys.